at night. That creates the poverty and of course creates the cattle rustling. So it is important that we take keen interest to what these people say. I know it would add more weight if it came from me, if it came from the deputy president, if it came from the president. But we should stop minimizing content, local content, especially when it comes directly from the ground. This is not a make-up press conference. This is a reality press conference. The people of Karamoja need our eyes, need our ears, need our action. For a very long time, by the way, for the last 15 years, for the last 20 years, Karamoja has been a scapegoat. Whenever they want to steal money through a supplementary budget, they create dire need for the people of Karamoja. And that money is released without question, but never does it reach the ground. Never does it reach the ground. Because if they have taken iron sheets, mabati, what have they brought? If they have eaten mabati, then what have they brought? And yet this was a discussion of cabinet to secure the people of Karamoja that they must be resettled back home, help them through makeshift homesteads, shift them, give them something else to do. Whatever they promised them, nothing, to a tune of 39 billion, by now. 39 billion. The goats, they took sick goats. In Luganda, they say they took embuzi zinakasikonda. Hiccups. They brought you goats that had hiccups, and they could not survive the environment of Karamoja. 39 billion. When they were talking about baptizing you with fire, hail and fire, by the former commander of the forces, the first son, they spent over 87 billion on Karamoja. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at this money, it is nowhere. It is nowhere on the ground in Karamoja. That is why when some of us are entering Karamoja, it is like you're entering a war zone. They don't allow us. The last time, Madam Deputy President, you remember we entered Karamoja, we faced the greatest wrath in Karamoja because they did not want us to put the camera on Karamoja. Karamoja has beautiful people, beautiful women, handsome men, very hospitable environment, but the character of government against the people of Karamoja has led to the suffering and the emotions we are seeing today. That is the very purpose of this press conference. I know as I highlighted last, I'll talk about the Mabati, but Ernest here, please come and say something. Ernest is our front runner of the Karamajong community here at the National Unity Platform, and I want to thank him for always not being timid to come out and stand with the people of Karamoja. I know some of our friends were taken away, but thank you for standing ground.
Thank you very much, spokesperson Wise Mufumbiro, the Deputy President, or spokesperson, members of the students' body that affiliates with the National Unity Platform, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ian Ernest. I'm the coordinator for National Unity Platform Karamoja Sub-Region. Before you here are the students that affiliate with Karamoja. I mean the students from Karamoja who affiliate with the National Unity Platform. They come to express their discontent about what is happening in the sub-region. The deliberate inflicting of pain in our sub-region of Karamoja. It is very, very sad that whenever I come to speak on this platform, I come to speak about only one topic of insecurity. Ladies and gentlemen, when you saw the girl crying, she was communicating using her tears. Because I believe in her line, she has lost some of the people. If it is not her, then her friends. I come from a district called Abim. In the last 1 week, we have lost 10 people. We have lost 10 people. That is not to count the number of days or weeks back, because this is something that has been happening. We've experienced mothers burnt in their houses. We've seen people shot dead when they are going to their gardens. Some of them are beaten at as early as 7 a.m. in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the stories that are coming from Karamoja are not stories that are normal. We've never experienced in our history growing up as a young person. I've never experienced this time of the year our people being killed to this extent. It has never happened in my life. So that raises a lot of questions to me as a young man. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time we spoke here, the government pretended that they responded by deploying soldiers, even in my area where I come from. But few meters away from the barracks, the detached they put, they have killed very many people in that area. In a place in a beam called Oriotiene alone, a place not more than 500 meters from the police barracks, someone was shot dead there. What explanation can we give? Can we say that the security is fully responsible for keeping the lives of people, or they are the ones responsible for whatever is happening in Karamoja? Because if the government is serious and they are saying they're in control of the security status of the country, why does that happen? Why does that happen, ladies and gentlemen? If the government is serious, why is it that they pretend that they have increased the number of deployments in Karamoja, but the situation seems to be escalating? You saw how they took many youth from Karamoja into detention centers and they brought them almost like skeletons. Is it not the government radicalizing the people of Karamoja? Are you not saying that there is something that the government is playing with us but we don't clearly see? Because if it was so that the government wants to help the people of Karamoja, help would have come by now. They are every time saying, you know, we are going to, when we address a press like this, you are going to hear their spokesperson and people who speak for them clearly saying that something is going to happen and they are going to do something. But for the last 1 year that we were here, have we now come to complain? I mean, have we come to celebrate that there is success in their deployment, or we are even crying that the situation is more dire than before? I want us to keep a keen eye on Karamoja. There is a silent genocide that is happening. The government has pushed people of Karamoja to the wall that the people simply do not know what to do now. The people of Karamoja now go to their gardens at 7 or 8. With the hot sun in Karamoja, can you take more than 2 hours in the garden? And if you spend less hours in the garden, what can you do there? Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, that is the state of Karamoja. We thank you, the media, for those who have highlighted the plight of Karamoja. Kindly keep doing so, because the situation there is so dire. Many of these who are students, including myself, worry about the people who are at home. You do not know what happens next. You see, when we address the media like this, some people think maybe these people are speaking because they are in opposition. That is the situation. When I'm at home, I don't sleep in my house. I keep moving, because if they know that this person, they can even burn you in houses. You've seen people burnt. Okay? You've seen people being burnt in their houses. So that is the situation, my friends. And you see, one thing that I want to tell you plainly as the media. If the security, the DSOs, the GISOs, just hear a glimpse that you want to be in the opposition, you're already arrested instantly. But whenever they hear that maybe there's something that threatens people's life, they will respond maybe after like 6 hours. Is that a government that is surely having a clear security architecture, or something that is irresponsible and very non-responsive? So that is the situation, my dear friends. Now, because of that situation, many of our mothers are not going to their gardens. People are now cultivating simply something small. And you know, most of our people survive on what they get from the small cultivation that they do. If they reduce now from the bigger scale from what they are doing and now to something small, don't you think that we're headed for something else, a situation that is going to make people pass a supplementary budget to steal the money in Karamoja? So there is mathematics that is being played with the situation of Karamoja to fit those who are going to pass budgets to get the money from the situation of Karamoja. I want to be very, very clear to the government and to my people of Karamoja. You are on your own. In 2008, the statistics were saying that every household was having almost around 21 cows on average. But the current statistics says every household has only 4. I want to tell you, the people of Karamoja, you are worse off. You are worse off now than you were 10 or 20 years ago. This government does not care about you. All they care about is when they come for elections, get what they want, manipulate you, give money, 500,000 per village, and then walk away with what they want. But when it comes to saving the people of Karamoja, they clearly don't have that plan. Yes. You're deluding yourself if you think that people come to lie to you that we vote for you 99. Those are political statements to make them extract more from you. We should not be having these problems. I mean, we are one of the richest regions when it comes to minerals. But why is the situation? You have always had very many places that a region that has minerals is a cursed region. And I think that now makes a very solid statement to me that that statement is actually very true. Many people will question and say maybe now Karamoja has accessible roads and they have tarmac in Moroto. The tarmac was created when there was, then the map of Moroto was discovered. No one should lie to you because they knew they had now gotten something to extract from Karamoja. I want to give you this message, my fellow students. You are the eyes of Karamoja. You must ensure that you take the message to the Karamojongs that you are on your own and no one bothers what happens to you. You are attaining this education so that you dilute the level of ignorance that they have inflicted in our people. Once we don't do that, our children and our children's children will judge us very harshly. And that is what we must do all together. I want to say, comrades, that if the government is not going to resolve this in the next 2 weeks or so, we are going to go back home and mobilize our people to demonstrate until something is done. We cannot keep in a situation where people oppress us and yet the Constitution gives us the right to demonstrate. We shall not fear. We know that something of death is normal to them, because if the state can do it, they can look at any other form of death as normal. So we are going to do it. If they want to arrest us, let them come and arrest us, because as we speak, even some of our comrades are inside. So if we stop doing some of the things we are supposed to do, it means we are actually sacrificing them. We are going to go to our people and demonstrate. And I'm going to repeat this. Mr. President and your people in government, if you don't do anything to sober up the situation in Karamoja, you are going to face it rough with us, the students, this time. Because we actually know our people understand what we are saying, and our information resonates with them. Okay? You cannot imagine that the hospital of Abim is now full with casualties of bows and arrows. Imagine a government that pretends that the biggest percentage of their budget goes into security. But people are being killed using bows and arrows. Don't you think there is something that is planned and we do not know? Don't you think a government is playing games and thinking maybe if we come in the old way, they think it is these people? I mean, the bandits can even be sponsored by the government. Who knows? That thing could also be right, you know? Because if they can cook other things, why not the situation of Karamoja? So I want to tell you, comrades, that that is our resolve as the students from Karamoja, and that we shall do it. And that we shall completely do it. I want to thank you, comrades, who are the students. And I was coming to the point of the hospital like Abim is full of casualties of this insecurity now. But the hospital does not even have a single ambulance. What they have is the COVID van that was distributed during COVID. That is what is being used in case of any referral. You can imagine the situation that our people go through. And that is what the government wants us to accept and then keeping quiet. We know that even after this pressure, they are coming to look for us or give us those threatening calls. But we are ready for them. We are ready for them. It is not how much you live. It is the quality of life you live on this earth. And we shall live our lives by making impact on our people. And definitely that we shall do. I want to thank you very much, comrades. I want to say something briefly in Leptur. Amito komine jabu dudni engio ni chani gamenti ojala jogo. Engio pekona titi mere ya buri chani. Ni gamenti bati timo gimoe ken mekonye jo. Chenja okobogini kelo kei. Kube kei bakonye jo. Elumo kei ni obino tim gini gimo. Ento kea moe ken babino ni bine konja bur. Jigo duruwe no mon ji puro ji kicheng. Uri kota po e puro ji kicheng. E karniton kea dongwecho ki jiyon. Koti kei meneno chane kel ne jini. Won't kei who are responsible people and people who are ready to face the wrath for the people. So gina wanti komine uni wane tieme koboni emido ni kainen government baoti bogimo ichabita rio nyoadek na binoni mire one chokore namba onu echile demonstrating menju the company ni ijoba yom gina gine titimoni wanbe emido yeo beti yeo ni ngamo nywarwa ngamo gina dako nyolo tiktok to ka to ko ekdo to umare ko wanga chia lo no miyo meeting mara jo ko budo gini ot gintie gini wet gini AC dano tie gi convoy and they are not doing anything about it. Yeah, to ka pan la chiel ento wan ngamo pe na rengo ko jo. Okay, now on the issues of Amabati. First of all, I think Amabati story is a diversion to me, because people have stolen 89 billion and no one talked about it. They have swindled the money of gods and no one talked about it. Now they came and they saw that the issue of insecurity is getting so much pronounced. They said, I think to divert people from this, let us bring the issue of Amabati. First of all, that is a diversion. Secondly, this government takes Karamoja for granted. They take us for granted. Because one, if you look at the ministry of Karamoja as an office, how many Karamojongs have been there in the last 20 years? Every project that comes is stolen. They brought the issues of dams. They stole the money from the dams. No one has talked about it. You see, why I say they take Karamoja for granted, you cannot bring someone who does point blank to rule a sub-region that has problems of this magnitude. You see that level of undermining people. Like, we do not have people who can actually run the sub-region. We have people who have gone to school in Karamoja. And you see, like I had my SG say a few days ago, that don't be shocked that nothing is going to be done about the issue of Mabati. They are going to throw bails here and there, and it will stop there. But what do we want? We want these people to be stripped of their positions, and they should resign. When we tell the government, deploy one of us to be the minister, it is not that we are tribally. We simply understand that they will have a more deeper heart to help the people of Karamoja. Okay? So that is what we are crying for. But the issue of Mabati, I want to tell my people of Karamoja, do not cooperate with any of these ministers when they come back. This business of you dressing in your attire and dancing for them when they are there, that is madness. We cannot accept thieves. When they come, don't allow them to enter any of our churches. And even in the constituencies that they come from, these people have embarrassed you. They have made you feel like all of you are thieves because these are your representatives. If you have the family head who is a thief, why can't we conclude that? But we do not want to do so because we know the people of their constituency are honorable people. So we want you to demonstrate that by condemning what they have done and not accepting them. We tell you Nandutu and Chitutu. Several times the minister Chitutu has told me that the people of Karamoja are useless. Now I want to tell you the Karamojongs, do not let them make us weak, useless. Let us show them that we are not. And they should not cross Karamoja to do any activity. You cannot steal from us, pull us, make the situation escalate, and then you come to us again that you are coming. You know, sometimes I pity the government or the head of this institution. How do you choose very useless people to be around you when you have very responsible people who can actually do something? And you make the most useless people go to an area that needs vigorous work. So that is the pain. And to the situation of hunger, ladies and gentlemen, everything about Karamoja is generally sad. Even when you want to talk about schools, the hospital, everything, we only try to highlight a few. Now, on the issue of hunger, the media now, we do not blame you, the media, but because sometimes the environment is so hostile for you to work in. But we can say the situation now is even dire than before. I want you to keep this and then check on Karamoja in June how it is going to be. You are going to recover, you are going to cover more, maybe deaths due to hunger, and a lot of trouble because of that. So that is the situation that it's still escalating. Imagine someone is stressed because of hunger and insecurity, and then also all these things that are perpetuated by the government. So members of the press, thank you very much. I want you to highlight the issue of Karamoja. I want to come to you, my students. Let us not let this extinguish this fire. It's something that we are supposed to sustain. We have a plan on how to make this a bigger thing. We cannot just make people play with us. After all, we are the people of Karamoja and we are the hard ones because they have made us hard anyway. We must do everything that reflects that we are very hard. Thank you very much for listening to me. I remain Please give this brother of mine another big hand clap. That is why I complimented him, because I knew from his heart. If you've listened to all the persons that we have given opportunity to speak, all of them, they have been speaking from their hearts. And
that should give every responsible person and citizen the dignity to behave with decorum. If you are in any office that is supposed to work on the plight of the people. But as I said about the Mabati thing and the Karamajong saga, it should not be new. It should not be new to us Ugandans. These scandals have been there. You know, the Alice Kaboyo scandal and Jim West scandal was for the suffering people of malaria, AIDS, among others. They put it in their pockets. You know the Byakutaga scandal. You know the Sam Kutesa scandal. You know the Nasasira scandal. You know the Margaret Muhanga scandal. You know the Mugisha scandal. So it is not new that they can take what is for the poor people. And I want to speak to the prosecution and the police that is investigating this matter. If you have prosecuted the brother of Kitutu, who Mabati found its way to his home, to the compound of Kitutu, then it means that everybody who gave orders on that Mabati should be arrested. The brother did not have any power whatsoever. He was using from the power of the sister. Who is the rich person? Who is the minister? You cannot question when things have been brought home. It is like a child being charged for taking milk brought by the mother. But they are ministers. They are ministers. The minister of finance, because they were picking this Mabati from Kitutu as who? As a minister of what? Of Karamoja. So they cannot say that they did not know they were picking Karamoja stuff. They were picking from the minister of Karamoja, not from the minister of disaster. Because the minister of disaster gives to those who have challenges. That is a fact. But these ones were picking from the minister of Karamoja. And they had been all party to a supplementary budget for Karamoja. And if you look at all of the people involved, they are the highest decision makers in issues like supplementary budget. The chief whip is needed. The speaker is needed. The minister of finance is needed. The minister of planning is needed. The minister for Karamajong and deputy are needed. Because you have all heard that Nandutu and Gitutu have not been at peace. But with Mabati, they were at par. None of them was a whistleblower. Can you imagine? So this was an orchestrated deal by all the members involved. Therefore, the people of Karamoja, before you see Anita Among arrested, before you see Kasaija arrested, before you see Obua arrested, before you see all these people arrested, do not think that this government will have done anything to the plight of the people. Because they all acted with conflict interest. You can imagine somebody says, no, I gave the Mabati to my hospital in Bukedi, as if Abim Hospital has Mabati. So you think that because you are the speaker, you can divert Mabati of Karamoja to Bukedi. Because Anita Among took 500 iron sheets, they can fully work on that hospital of Bukedi. She took 500 because she was occupying the office of the speaker. You should be ashamed and resign from these offices. But anyway, that is the cost. When they were being sworn in, General Museveni told you that God had helped him with this Chisanja. He had robbed us well. He had finished the robe. Now he had brought fishermen and fisherwomen. So when the fishermen and fisherwomen behave the way they are behaving in the lake, they will take the Mabati, they will take everything. We need to make sure that accountability of members who are occupying offices, the office of the Speaker. Parliament, they impeached, they chased Zake from a committee for one reason, that he made a statement against the person of the Speaker. Now the Speaker has acted against the decorum of Parliament and against the people of Karamoja by stealing their mabati. Why should Anita Mongo not resign? If you ask somebody and chased him from a committee for making a public statement against you, which is, why would you not resign if you are involved in stealing iron sheets, mabati, for the suffering people of Karamoja? Madam Deputy President, you'll allow me to say this also. We want to condemn in the hardest terms what happened to Honorable Susan of Buyukwe. The security forces, led by an illiterate RDC, descended on a woman, not just a woman, on a person occupying an office to represent the plight of women. And they were beating her to stop her from organizing, from attending a function of women, not of men. And to show that they have total disrespect for women, they sent men to beat a woman to stop her from organizing a function for women, led by an illiterate RDC. Others say she's a woman, but I think she's a man. What they did to Chairman Nyanzi is the same. The pattern of disrespect to us, members of the National Unity Platform and leaders of the National Unity Platform, is increasing by the state. And we are definitely monitoring, observing, and behaving soberly. But we can assure you, the perpetrators of that violence, we can assure you, the perpetrators of that violence, that we are documenting you. We are documenting you, and you fall in a very good age bracket, all of you, that we will be on this, in this country after the dictator has gone. Because even if you think that the dictator will be here for so many years, I don't see him in Uganda's progress in the next 100 years. He will be away. He will be away. So we will deal with those that are fomenting and tormenting violence on us and our leaders. Drunkards are moving all over the country. Leaders are being stopped from doing their job. Soldiers are breaking the law. They are moving all over the country in political rallies. But leaders are being stopped from doing their duty. It is a shame. It is a shame to the NRA regime and the propagandists. And a shame to even the pastors who cannot see this violence on people. Pastors who can see violence on women. But they can see other things in isolation. Shame upon you. We want to tell government that you should stop. You should stop the violence on the leaders of the National Unity Platform. Because indeed, if that violence does not stop, violence, we have said it that we are a non-violent organization, but we have said it time and time and time again. I want to assure the whole country that if they do not stop the violence, we shall be overwhelmed to allow our supporters fight back. Mama, I don't want to say any more words. Please, let us invite the Deputy President to come and...
People power, our power. People power. Thank you so much, Deputy Spokesperson. I want to recognize the presence of the head institutions.
Thank you so much. People power. Our power. People power. You see, when my colleague was speaking here, it reminded me about Mau Mau rebellion by Kimathi, who said that we shall not relent. We shall not live all our lives on our knees. We better fight. We rather die on our feet. I think it is just justifiable that all Ugandans are belittled. And for me, I don't just speak these statements to intimidate. I want to call upon the leaders. If you are ready, and you mean it that you are ready, the whole of institutions, we can come to Karamoja. It is the price that we can pay. After all, everyone is going to die. And death is compulsory. I remember of a scenario when I went to Karamoja. 2 years back, we went to bury the honorable, I think was the flag bearer of NUP. She was poisoned. On our way to Karamoja, we left 4 people dead. 2 years ago. We are talking about 2 years ago. So if you are talking about this has been happening every year, every month, every week, even today. Someone is dying. I think it is time, it is the right time now that Ugandans rise. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As always, you inspire us. The team from Karamoja. Honorable Ayen. Ayen in his own right is elected leader in a BIM on the National Unity Platform Party. I would like us to clap for him yet again. I would like from the 8 districts of Karamoja, those from Abim, please stand up. Stand up, stand up. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Those from Nagapriprit, those from Moroto, those from Karenga, those from Kotido. Yes? Which districts haven't I mentioned? Please stand up and mention them. Kabong! 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 Yes. Any other? Napak. Please stand up. It's your day today. I actually cut short a trip. I am now more based in my village. I believe community organizing is the answer to a lot of these things. And the entire media fraternity, thank you so much. We did not quite keep time. I don't take that for granted. I am an ardent timekeeper. We think we're late by 30 minutes. The students from Karamoja 8 districts, the Karamoja region, have caused us to be here at very short notice. I thank each one of you, and you were even just notified today. Thank you so much for being who you are. In practice, a servant leader. Yes. We are because you are. I am because you are. Since you are, therefore, I am. Silence is not an option, as you have rightfully demonstrated. Because power is not a personal property. Power belongs to all of us. It's our constitutional right by birth. And we are equal by right. And nothing about us without us. I am a mother of 5 children. When you're in labor, even your own mother is irrelevant. Karamoja, we are in labor. You cannot delegate. You cannot WhatsApp it. We have to deliver in this bad pang of the total liberation of Karamoja. Yes, we are here in solidarity. My name, my Karamajong name, for a long time. I have two of them. One is Napeyok, the other one is Nakiru. Today I am Napeyok. I would like to still focus on you people, those from Makerere University, because you are not introduced and I'm not done by shining light on you people. Those from Makerere, thank you so much for coming. Those from IU, those from KIU, those from which other university? Chiambogo, you are two. Those from, because we have to know and map ourselves. It's about our power. There is strength in numbers. Ayen spoke everything that I would have loved to speak. And the previous speakers, Achia and the girls, thank you very much. The call here is with respect to the 2 weeks ultimatum. Please let that call not be in vain. Because if you are hunting for something you are not ready to get, please don't start the hunt. We started this hunt, let us deliver on it. I cannot overemphasize on the insecurities in Karamoja. Yes, during the campaign, the presidential campaign, we faced the wrath. The anti-terrorist groups that were unleashed on us, it was the most deadly. They blocked us. Now, many of these students, many of the leaderships cannot sleep in their own houses. I'm always getting a call. Achie is arrested almost weekly. And who else? How many of you have been arrested? Achia, please, can you stand up? Yes, he's a resident now with the different police. He's all even last week you were arrested, isn't it? And the crime is either sometimes because he's wearing a beret or he's educating the people. Thank you so much. Alahara Nowi. Honorable Ayen in Abim is always being sought after, searched to be abducted. The abductions have stooped that low, looking for very innocent people, simply because they do not want information. Information is power. Sharing information is empowerment. And that is what the government fears. They do not want us to empower ourselves. But that's exactly what we are going to be doing. Yes. Information, we must put the information there out in our own voices. If we have to cry, let us cry. If we have to dance the war dances, those from Abim, you know, let us join our hands. And I want to repeat and center our focus on information gathering, information sharing with our own voices. And it is time for grassroots organizing. Today we came to launch a grassroots organizing call. Yes, many have paid the price. Many are going to pay the price. But time is coming. You cannot stop the birth which is already destined. You can't. However much you will mutilate us and arrest us. Yes, I still want to add my voice to those who were abducted during the campaigns from Karamoja region, young people, generations taken to various safe houses and prisons. What was released of them were human remains, skeletons. Yes, it is by choice. Simon, you asked whether these are planned, meticulously planned and executed. In fact, there are even minutes to that planning. Power belongs to the people, and that's what they fear. Let us organize. Let us continue to remain very resilient. Let us continue to deduce ways of exposing these atrocities. Can we stand up for the souls in recognition of the souls innocently robbed by state agents in Karamajong? Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and let your perpetual light shine upon them. May they rest in peace. Amen. Yes, thank you very much. When you go in the streets of Kampala, in any of the cities, Karamajong, who should be in school intergenerationally, have been forcefully displaced in these cities to look for food. Now, look at this wonderful, beautiful, brilliant, intelligent, courageous Karamajong. Why should the face of Karamajong be desperation? Why? This must end, and the end begins with us. The end begins with who? With us. The end begins with who? With us. We will do whatever is necessary. Peacefully, organized, meticulous, deliberate. We monitor, we evaluate all what we are going to be done, what we are going to be doing. And by the time we are done, we are free, because it is our right on behalf of entire northern Uganda region, West Nile region, Acholi sub-region, Lango sub-region, Karamoja sub-region. We want to thank, first of all, the media. Thank you so much for being in solidarity with us, for standing in solidarity with us every day. We don't take that for granted. It is priceless. There are even moments, some of you have fallen prey, where you have followed, you have paid the price yourself. We want to thank you for staying in solidarity. Our new Uganda is being delivered by us. Thank you, the teams. Let's continue to organize beyond the media. It is now time for the offline organizing. Organizing in the spirit of the mighty people who have gone before us. Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Tambos, and the rest. You know them. Even our own, the Ritas, the Franks. There are so many. And let us document this, profile it, and make more demands in practice. We need to choose where we can do a caravan. Yes, we will do it because that's what our constitutional right is. Power belongs to us. We will do whatever it takes to bring knowledge, to bring information, to bring an
abantu baffe abava abazaalibwa e Karamajong era ne bavaayo ne batubuulira ensonga nnyingi nnyo. Batugambye nti ente Karamajong bazibatwalako ab'amagye nti bazitwala mu barakisi, ate ekiro ne bazivuga ne bazifulumye Karamajong. Ekyo kiwaliriza abavubuka, kubanga omwana waba yakula alina ente 21 olwaleero ng'alina 4 ewaka, kibawaliriza okwenyigira mu cattle rustling, mu kulumba ebifo ebirala nabo okufuna ente. And remember nti ekintu kino kibaddewo okumala ebbanga, kubanga omulimu ogw'omu mutwe ogw'Abakaramajong balunzi Omukaramajong nga talina bisolo aba taliiwo. Kati ebisolo ebyo bannaffe bano abawamba eggwanga ate batandika okubanga nabo babyagala, so ne batucreatinga insecurity e Karamojja, era bakugambye nti ekiri e Karamojja tekibangawo ko ebbanga lino lyonna. Kasokedde bano abaana abali wano bemulabye bazaalibwa naddala mu bbanga ery'emyaka 2 egiyise. Ensonga ya ekitta abantu ate nga kyalangibwa omwana w'omukulu, era ne basaba nti n'enjala ekudde ejjembe ery'e Karamojja wakati mu bisuubizibwa okubanga ate abanene bannaggwadda babisuubiza ate ne babyeza nga babitwala mu maka gaabwe. Mwalaba baminisita abateeka amabaati ku nnyumba zaabwe ez'embuzi, ku nnyumba ez'embizi. Yasula mu ttegula, ow'e Karamojja yamuyiyiza bbaati, naye ne bbaati lye yamuyiyiza talimuwadde, aliwaddemu mbizi ye, aliwaddemu mbuzi ye, kubanga naye ebadde n'obwetaavu on the cost of the people of Karamojja. Bwe bunyiivu bw'abantu b'e Karamojja. Era ne tugamba prosecution, omuwabi wa gavumenti ne poliisi nti ku luno temukola selective prosecution naye mukole collective prosecution, kubanga mwagenze ne mukwata muganda wani wa Gitutu eyasanga ebbaati nga Gitutu aleeseeka. Kakitegeeza nti ne Kasaija empewo gwe zaatwalira amabaati mu luggya lwe naye n'agamanya nga mwegali n'atagaza n'agalinda tukube enduulu, naye mukole ki? Mumukwate. Anita Amongo eyagagabula n'agagabula abeewuwe, naye mukole mutya? Mumukwate. Kuba n'abantu bano bonna be tugamba nti mukwate tekuli alina immunity ku bubbi, tekulimu mu constitution gwe bagambanga nti omuntu banaamusonyiwanga bw'aba yatwala amabaati nga bwe mwaprosecutinze sayidi eri neno muprosecutingeyo. Ekyokubiri, amabaati gano bonna abagatwala nga bali mu gavumenti lyali Kobaane. Ekobaane litabangawo kubanga amabaati gano tebagajja mu ministry ya disaster, tebagajja ku Hira Loneke, bagajja ku minisita w'e Karamojja. Gw'ogamba otya nti bagajja ku minisita w'e Karamojja ate n'ogamba nti tebamanya nti baali batwala by'e Karamojja. Ow'e Karamojja atereka by'e Karamojja, si kyekyo? So tewabaawo omukulembeze akulimba nti teyamanya nti by'e Karamojja. Baatula ne bayisa obuwumbi 39 naye bonna nga bwe babumanyaako era bwe bazigabanye, bonna nga bwe bakola ki? Bwe babumanyaako. Sipiika yaziyisa, Prime Minister yagafuna, minisita w'e Karamojja abadde takwatagana na deputy we, naye ku luno bakwatagana mu kubba maki? Amabaati. Karamojja kyekifo buli bwe baagala okuyisa ekintu ekinene mu budgeti ng'obwavu baluma nga bakituuma Karamojja, nga bajja bayise ssente bazigabanira mu kkubo, kubanga baali bagezezzaako Karamojja ogikuumira emabega nti ne bwe basuubiza balowooza nti mubitegeera obudde bukoze eki? Buyise. Kakati ennaku zino tebikyali bwe bityo, kuba bye twogerako bya last year. Twagala era mu bufu bwe bumu okuwoninga abakozi ba gavumenti ba RDC, abakulira abakuuma ddembe, poliisi n'amagye, mulekeraawo okuvoola n'okutyoboola ebitiibwa by'abakulembeze ba National Unity Platform. Mwagudde ku mukyala Susan MP w'abakyala ow'ebuyukwe ne mumujolonga ne mumuyisanga atali mukulembeze, naye nga mumanyi bulungi tetunawulirayo baluwa ya RDC egamba nti omutamiivu alekeraawo okutambula n'omwenge. Agunyweredde buli wamu, agunyweredde Kabaale, katatanse n'okuyita abagenyi okuva mu nsi endala ti mujje tunywe, ye temunnamugambako. Omujaasi amenya amateeka atambula nga bw'ayagala, naye nga mujaasi magye ga Uganda. Sinawulirayo RDC avaayo n'agamba kuki? Naye omukyala nga yalondebwa bakyala ng'abakuŋŋaanya ku lunaku lw'abakyala ne musindika agasajja agatalina nsa, agatalina mpisa, nga gambadde yunifoomu ya Uganda, ne gagenda ne gakwata ne gatulugunya omukyala n'abakyala ne galemesa n'emikolo gy'abakyala, naye nga waddanga atambula. okutoto okujojobya n'okumanyira abakulembeze ba National Unity Platform tetugenda kukozesa bigambo biwoomu mu kulekeraawo. Mukyatulugunya nno naye mujja kutulugunya atatulugunyizika. Abalemere mu ngalo abalemere mu ddala. Muli tugamba ki? Honorable member wa parliament waba anakwatibwa okukwatako omubaka wa parliament kuyita mu mpaabo eweewa speaker wa parliament. Naye kati olw'okuba gavumenti ey'abavubi y'obwonge butadde kukuba mabaati, kubba ddagala ly'abalwadde n'ebirala, ensi bagikwasiza abantu ababuyabuya. Kyova olaba ekibiina kyaffe ensonga ya RDC tulina okuddamu tuligiviewing kubanga ensonga eno naye ejojo lya bannayuganda. Enkuba gye baakubyemu Honorable Susan y'enkuba gye baakubamu Chairman Nyanzi. Kyokka ng'ensonga ze batukubira zonna era ze batujojobezaako nsonga z'amateeka. Ate n'obawulira eyo nga bagamba nti be baliko era numbers baziina. Bwe mba mwagala bya numbers mutukkirize ffe twerageko. For waffe si wa Mande. Waffe si wa Mande omusambi si wa Mande. Si wa kukoochinga nti speech yeetaaga emyezi 2 gy'anaayogera omwezi guno okugiyiga. Kuba wamwe ne bwe bamukoochinga bamuwandiikira ku lubaawo era n'agwa ebigezo. Nze bangambanga nti abazadde bazaala abasiru nga simanyi abagagga. Maze kulaba ku mugagga weeyo. I want to thank the members of the press for giving us the opportunity this morning. Thank you very much. Muve ku mabati ge Karamojja. Mukama Katonda abakumi. When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. When the struggle is over, wear the victor's crown in the new Uganda. We will have a photo shot with all these people. Please, let's come here in front and we all take the shot. So we are talking about the
Yes, Abarojo TV mebale nnyo okubeerako olunaku olwaleero era nga tubagala nnyo olunaku. Yes, kyekyo ekibaddewo akubanga kyekyo ekibaddewo ku bantu ab'e Karamajong. Abantu b'e Karamajong bambi bali mu kulaajana olw'ekitta bantu ekiri ewa eyo. Era nkusaba gwe buli aliko bw'oba nga osobodde okufuna ekifaananyi kyonna nga kikwata ku nsonga z'e Karamajong oba nga kyonna kikwata ku bantu b'e Karamajong bambi mbadde nkusaba yongezayo message eyo. Abantu b'e Karamajong bali mu kusafaringa babatta ate ensonga eyo abantu tebakyajogerako, gavumenti tekyagyogerako olw'ensonga era yeri abantu abo bali mu kuttibwa. Era nga mbadde nkusaba gwe olaba message yonna nga olaba ku bantu ekiri e Karamajong mbadde nkusaba bambi yongerayo message. Yes, n'omuweereza wo kyambadde wa Bobby Omowat nga nze abeera ku kamera okuweereza gwe bulolya eddoboozi eno oba nga kyambadde aba atuse gwe bulolya kamera ng'etunuddeyo omanya nti kyambadde wa Bobby aba atuse ono aba ayingiddewo okuba nga akuweereza. Yes, mwebale nnyo abaliko temwerabira kubanga musobola ogenda ku YouTube channel yaffe ey'Olugiryo TV no subscribinga oba osobola okutufuna ku YouTube channel yaffe era oba osobola okutufuna ku Twitter era amawulire ago basobola okugafuna ne ku website yaffe oba osobola okutufuna ku Instagram ku mikutu gyonna. Mwebale nnyo abalabe baffe Abarojo TV era nga tubagala nnyo okuba nga kwe muli tubagala nnyo mu lunaku olulungi kambagalize olulungi ku kamera abeerako kyambadde wa Bobby Omowat. Mwebale nnyo okubeerako okuba nga mbaweereza mbagala nnyo mwenna ababaddeko. Mwebale nnyo okubeerako okuba nga buli tubeerako nga tubaweereza manguwa okuba nga mutuuka. Yes, tubagala nnyo tubagalira ddala. Yes, webale nnyo webalire ddala. Yes, mwebale nnyo okubeerako. Yes, tubagala nnyo olunaku tubagala nnyo tubagalira ddala. mwebale nnyo okubeerako ku kamera nsigadde kyambadde wa Bobby Omobot. Mwebale nnyo, mbaagala nnyo, tubaagalira ddala. Yes, wabanga kwoli eyo ye link ejalabawo ye website yaffe oba osobola okutufuna. Mwebale nnyo okubeerako kambeera galiza olunaku olulungi mubeereko.